Hi there, I'm Marco Tortato and I'm a professional commercial photographer based in Italy. I'm excited today to share with you some insights about my job, especially because I will be dealing with one of the techniques I like most, compositing still life photography. With a background in commercial still life, I've had the opportunity to work at several complex projects in product photography, some of which involving bottles, wine, liquids, and even some other items difficult to deal with. I'm very passionate about creativity and narration, so when it comes to still life, I like to add some action to my images to improve the storytelling effect. And this very technique I will tell you about is fundamental to achieve these results. Fun enough, it's not uncommon to have in my works liquid splashing, puzzles exploding, objects flying and on the verge of falling. This usually spices up the image impact on the viewers and creates such interest or attention that today is required by brands in order to be noticed in a world where the number of images is so overwhelming and the time we have to look at them is so short that they usually look all alike. For these reasons, compositing in most occasions is the way to go. It's the perfect solution to make my creative ideas come real. It's not a new or a secret technique. However, it is often overlooked by beginners or amateur photographers. It involves combining multiple images in order to create a final photograph that is usually not achievable but in a single shot. Generally speaking, it gives photographers great control on their final images and allows them to push the boundaries of their creativity. So, what are the scenarios in which compositing can be useful? Product photography, because it allows you to control the placement of every item in your image very precisely. Lighting control, because it allows you to generate and create and organize and manage very complex lighting setups. Creative effects, because it allows you to put in your image every kind of weird stuff like splashing liquids, things exploding, objects flying, and all the sort that your creativity can think about. Removing unwanted elements. Compositing can be used to remove distractions by replacing parts of the image with clean backgrounds or other elements. Here are two recent photographs I produced with these specific techniques. In the first one, the moving wine in the glass add a dynamic twist to the already present movement of the bottle hanging in balance. A double visual stimulus that triggers two other senses, specifically touch and hearing. The other photograph instead is built to be a metaphor. We use white petals and flower to simulate the scent of the wine in the viewers. They are composed in order to imitate the flow of the fragrances coming out of the glass and expanding in the air. Again, a visual stimulus is used to touch other senses in order to achieve a better and more intense involvement of the viewer on the image. In both images, we never changed the lighting setup. We shot different frames for different parts of the images, and we mounted them all in post-production. In the first case, we shot the bottle with the empty glass. We also took a shot of the glass filled with wine just as a nice-to-have option. We took also a couple of frames for the capsule and a frame for the label. We then cleared the set, just leaving there the glass with the wine, and we shot it as we were stirring it. In the second case, we shot many more frames, exactly one for each petal and flower that we had in the image. Of course, as a consequence, post-production has been much longer and in a way creative, in order to arrange all the little pieces in the right place. Not only did we have to put together all the images we took, but also we had to design the flow of them out of the glass in order for it to be credible and realistic. Needless to say, that in all this, one very crucial point is that you have to shoot on a tripod. As a professional photographer, I don't just need to master these techniques such as compositing. I also need to have all the right tools that allow me to keep consistency and quality in my work. However, when I do this special genre of photography, my tripod must be the most accountable piece of the pack. So, what is important about my tripod? It must be rock solid, my best mate, and it must be always by my side. I deal every day with a working environment that usually gets very messy. A lot of things, a lot of lighting, a lot of people on the set, a lot of things to manage. What I don't really want to bother is about my framing. Once I decide it, I want that my tripod keeps it steadily and solid. In addition, I usually shoot tethered and connected to a monitor that shows what the camera sees, which means 2 cables sticking out of the camera, one going to the monitor and one to the tethered computer. Due to this, the fact that my tripod must be solid and I can count on it is paramount.